Okay, I'm ready. My name is Richard Salazar. I'm the founder of Trolley Joe Coffee Bar, and we're based here in the Henderson area. You can go to the next, actually, you can skip the next slide and go right to the problem. That would be, there you go, perfect. As we were doing our research for this venture, we found out that the number one reason why people are late for work is because they're waiting in long lines for a cup of coffee. Now, they might tell you that there was traffic on the freeway, there was an accident, but we can't believe that while they're walking in with a venti caramel macchiato. So our research actually proves to be right. You can go to the next slide if you will. Now, our number one competitor is Starbucks, and we found out that their locations are filled with long lines, both inside and outside. I was sitting in a drive-through at a Starbucks location in Southern California about a year ago, and I waited 40 minutes in the drive-through for a bottle of water. And it just goes to show that these lines are simply out of control. In fact, there was a recent article written about how Starbucks is losing thousands of customers a day because of their lines. And the president of Starbucks actually admitted that if they don't fix this issue, their best days are actually behind them. And if you go to the next slide, McDonald's launched their McCafe about 6 years ago to compete directly with the morning rush against Starbucks. And since their launch, they have put pressure on their employees to try and speed up their processes because they also are experiencing long lines at their locations. And so it's pretty obvious that McDonald's and Starbucks are having issues because of coffee drinkers. Now, if you go to the next slide, if I can just make one point while you're going there, Jack in the Box and 7-Eleven try to get in on this, on trying to be a part of the fix by attracting customers away from McDonald's and Starbucks, and now they are also experiencing long lines. And so our targeted market obviously are the people who are waiting in these lines. And there is a bullet point, oh boy, the bullet point is missing, I'm so sorry. I have a third point here that's I'll read it. If you're looking to relax while enjoying your favorite cup of coffee, connect to Wi-Fi and browse the internet to check email, we are not the place for you. Years ago, Starbucks was popular because of their Wi-Fi and of course their coffee. And so crowds were always trying to, people were always trying to get into a Starbucks to get a seat because they wanted to connect to the internet. Well, now that's flipped years later because of iPads and iPhones. And so people aren't necessarily wanting to hang around Starbucks to check email. They want their coffee and they want to go, which is why all of these lines are becoming issues. And so if you will, go to the next slide. So this is our solution, or how we make money. We have built a unique mobile coffee bar that's designed directly to compete with Starbucks, McDonald's, Jack in the Box, and so forth. And so we will be mobile in neighborhoods, business parks, and other 24-hour operations, which I will get into a little later. If you go to the next slide, you will see that vehicle. Now, this is just the bare bones vehicle. This doesn't have any of the bells and whistles on it. We have TV monitors, we have advertising, display screens. Of course, our wrap is not on it, but as you can see, the bottom areas where all of the retail will be happening, there's an espresso machine to the left, you've got refrigeration, there's gonna be warmers for sandwiches, there's refrigeration for cold beverages, and then we also have pastry displays. And so we are planning, our plan is to put 40 to 50 of these out per year. And we think that based on our projections and the demand for this concept, that we can put out even double that per year with a solid strategy that we have in place for our future, for just future aspirations. And so right now and I'll be talking about this a little later, we have a prototype that's being built, and we want to get that into market ASAP to prove out the concept and begin to start unleashing these throughout the marketplace. So if you can go to the next page, again, how we make money. We are going to be partnering with a company called Eversys. They are based in Switzerland. They have built a machine, an espresso machine, that can put out a cup of coffee or any tea beverage, hot or cold, in 3 minutes or less. And it typically takes Starbucks anywhere from 4 to 6 minutes to make a cup of coffee. So we have found a way to chop that in half to help with giving them a real punch in the gut with taking away their business through their long lines. Now, if you go to the next, and by the way, it costs 40 to 50 cents to make a cup of coffee. And our projections show that we will be anywhere between 75 and 80% in gross margins by the time a cup of coffee is made. And that's any size, whether it's small, medium, or large. And so that's the machine right there. If you go to the next slide, again, how we make our money is we also deliver. Our business not only includes walk-up business, but through our app, Joe on the Go app, we also offer a delivery service within a quarter mile of our location, so our customers don't have to get out of their car. The app is a big deal simply because that's how we cut down in wait times. You can get on the app, you can order the coffee. Most of our customers order the same thing every day, so we'll have the coffee ready to go. Starbucks has a process where you can call in or you can go online and do that. But our research through some of their employees that we've been talking to, we found out that they actually don't make the coffee until you get in there, and that's adding to a lot of their lines. Now, I know in some locations that's not the case, but in most locations, most of the prime time locations, they're not making that coffee until you get there. So we offer delivery. If you go to the next slide, again, how we make money, we're club-based. Surveys have been put out and books have been written that club-based businesses grow the fastest and have significant financial rewards. And then we also have incentives for repeat customers. If you go to the next slide, again, how we're making our money, we also offer an all-you-can-drink cup of coffee for $24.99 per month. That is on all of our fresh brewed coffee. So as long as we're at a location, you can drink all the coffee you want for $24.99 per month. Our next slide, again, how we make money. We incentivize our employees to work fast, smart, and efficient. And through our delivery processes, we believe we will create not only repeat business, but word of mouth business as well. We offer our baristas a bonus structure, and we have a nice incentive plan for them to work smart, fast, and efficient, which all of our competitors do not offer. Next slide is our model. We will be in neighborhoods, businesses, business parks, universities, as well as 24-hour operations such as hotels and warehouses. We also have routine scheduled stops during the weekends. We also do corporate events and public events such as concerts, shopping malls, outdoor marketplaces, etc. If you go to the next slide, I am the CEO. I have a master's in organizational leadership. I owned a juice bar and a gym, owned a commercial cleaning company, as well as a staffing firm, all in Southern California and in Nevada, or in Arizona. If you go to the next slide, Mr. Niesel is our director of operations. He has owned restaurants in the Madison, Wisconsin area, And there we go. I should have had this on silent. So he will be providing our daily logistical leadership in ensuring that our processes and procedures are operating, are in place, and we're operating at a maximum profitability. Our next slide, Elsanka Finsenko, she is our corporate trainer. Her and her husband introduced the mocha latte to the United States back in 1965. They were hired by Starbucks to help them get their first shop opened in Seattle. And from that model, Starbucks came to what it is now. And if I can real quickly, if you go to the next slide, our progress. So our mobile units are in production in Santa Rosa, California. 60% of our app is completed. We have secured locations to do business from, and we have corporate events coordinators ready to do business with us. Also, we have retained the largest marketing firm here in Las Vegas to help us with attracting customers. We're seeking $115,000 to cover our first 90 days of operating expenses and payroll.